Hello YouTube, and welcome to our playthrough of Dragon of Icespire Peak. Now, before you begin watching this session, please remember that this is literally my very first time running an adventure. As such, I'm a little bit slow at times, and things don't always go perfectly smooth. With that said, I really hope you enjoy watching our game. Okay, this is going to be our fourth session of Dragon of Icespire Peak. And we'll be introducing a new player character this time around. And it's been quite a while since our last session, so before we jump into things, let's do a quick 1 minute introduction of our characters again so that everybody knows who is who. So I'll just look up my screen, I'll go left to right. Xandro, want to just tell us who you are and just a brief rundown?
Okay, so Xandro is our Drow Dark Elf rogue who doesn't do a lot of sneaking and more stabbing. Um, yeah, he's sort of in the adventuring thing for the money and for the fame, and sees himself as higher up than he actually is. Um, yeah, that's Xandro in a nutshell.
Sounds awesome. All right, on my screen next up, I see Sept. If you want to give us a quick 1 minute of your character.
All right. Sept is a human cleric of Thoth. Knowledge domain. He has a tall and but very scrawny build. Almost shaggy-like, to be honest. um, he looks a little over middle-aged. Um, looks like he's seen some shit. Not gonna lie. And yeah, he wears like this almost but not quite Egyptian like armor and clothes, golden.
Awesome. All right, and we have our new player character, Oz. If you want to give us a quick 1 minute or so introduction, go a little longer if you want, since it's your first time.
Okay. Osmeril is a high elf fighter who's an eldritch knight now, and he was basically with a friend of his who was a tiefling who was older than him, aged, and died because he's an elf. He lives a lot for a longer period, so he's still pretty young. So since the passing of his friend, he's basically looking for adventure, trying to find a new group of people that he can join and have an adventure with.
All right, excellent. All right, so I'll go ahead and run through a quick rundown of the first and second session that we've had since we have a new player character. And for the sake of the video playback, I am having a bit of a scratchy throat, so hopefully I can keep that under control. But during the first session, Xandro and Sept, they met each other for the first time. They didn't have a previous adventuring career together or anything like that. They were brought together when they were both heading into Phandalin, and they heard some noises kind of off to the side in the forest. And when they went to investigate those noises, they saw this wounded giant spider wrapping up this person in need in its cocoon, and they rescued her, and it turned out that that was Donabella Fiasco, and she ended up joining the party. After that, they traveled into Phandalin, spent a little bit of time looking around, and they quickly learned that everybody in Phandalin is kind of a total shut-in. Everybody seems to hide behind doors and be constant paranoid, and they found out that this is because there is a white dragon flying around, and it's kind of been terrorizing everybody in the area, stealing farm animals, and occasionally people have gone missing. They arrived in Phandalin kind of late at night, so they head to the Stonehill Inn, and they wake up the next day and they go talk to the town master to find out, what's available, because they've heard rumors of questing and things like this. And this guy, his personality is a bit strange. He will only talk to them through a closed door, will not open the door even a crack, and makes conversating a bit difficult at times. But he tells them that he gives them a job to go warn some dwarves of the dragon flying around. So they jump on that opportunity pretty quickly, head out to warn the dwarves. And long story short, that quest goes off without a hitch for the most part. And they get a little bit of treasure. The dwarven location was pretty much a ruin, not a lot there, so they didn't get a whole lot for their trouble, but something. And they ended up staying in the dwarven temple because it was kind of late. And that was the end of the first session. And in the second session, they wake up in the temple, and they do learn that this temple is the temple of Abathor. And Sept has some knowledge in his background about Abathor and everything. They get up pretty early and they decide to head back to Phandalin. And on their way out of the dwarven temple, they encounter a group of orcs, and they take them down with no real trouble. When they get back to Phandalin, they encounter a halfling in the Stonehill Inn. He introduces himself, overhears their conversation, introduces himself, and it turns out that halfling is Quinn Hightupple, and he ends up joining the group as well. So they all head off to Barthen's Provisions, and they sell some of the treasure that they got. Then they go down to the Lion Shield Coster, and Xandro uses some of the adventuring money that he got to get some more armor. And then they go visit the town master, and they get 2 more jobs. So they go to bed that night. No, they had already gone to bed. So they head out to the first adventure, or the first quest, at Umbridge Hill, where basically it was just another warning mission. They just had to warn this lady that was down there. And when they arrive, they find out that there's this Manicore terrorizing this lady, basically trying to make her his meal. Sept, being ever wise, convinces the Manicore to bugger off and go out into the woods and look for food, using his power of persuasion. And for their assistance, Adabra is very thankful and gives them a healing potion, but she just absolutely refuses to travel back to Phandalin with them. No matter what they say, she just will not go. However, she does write them a note to give to the town master so that they can get paid. At that point, they leave, and they go to Nomengard. And when they arrive at Nomengard, they immediately are told that they need to find these 2 dwarves named, not dwarves, but gnomes named Dabbledob and Fibblestib. And around that point of the adventure, we had to call it. So that was the end of that adventure. So the last adventure, doing a recap of that one, everybody started out, they were already in Nomengard, and they were in this room where there were these clockwork crab cars, and Sept and Quinn decided to get into the crab cars and just kind of drive them around. And it was good that they did, because immediately after leaving the crab car room, they got into this room where this lady was firing torpedoes, basically, like these arrows out there at them. She just apparently had this contraption that she was so anxious to try out, so she just started firing immediately at anybody that walked down the hall. After a brief battle with her, Xandro was able to climb up on top and yank her out of the pilot's seat, and they were able to restrain her. Moving further down into Nomengard, they ran into a room filled with wine barrels, and Xandro and Donabella tasted them, and Xandro found that the gnomish wine was just repulsive according to his palate. Didn't really care for it. So they left there. They ran into 2 more gnomes, Ula and a male named Pog. And at first, these gnomes were very suspicious that these new groups, that people that they hadn't seen before, were shapeshifters, but they were able to convince them otherwise. Ula led them threw Nomengard across the rope bridge, which was near the waterfall, so they couldn't actually see the rope bridge when they first got there. And she uses her mage hand spell to, because when they were trying to get into this room and there were these two spinning blades that they couldn't pass through, there was just no way to get through there. So she used her mage hand to reach kind of through the room across the blades into the other side and pull down a lever so that those blades would shut off. And when they got into the room after that, they finally met Fibblestib and Dabbledob. And these two gnomes were just bickering back and forth. They couldn't agree on anything. They were just fighting nonstop, and it was getting even annoying. Fibblestib was convinced that his sanity ray would help the king, but Dabbledob was having none of it and thought that the straitjacket was the way to go. But the pair explained that King Korbaz had recently lost his mind and he welcomed any help that the new travelers could provide. So they headed off to the king's room, and there they learned that two gnomes had gone missing, and that the shape changer was likely the responsible party in the disappearance of these gnomes. The king was so afraid of getting eaten by the mimic, he believes it's a mimic, that he just refused to open the door. It's like everybody in all of the Sword Coast is just hiding behind doors. So the group explores a bit more. They find a spell book, and they later find a locked room, basically. Xandro is able to pick that lock, and they all go inside. And in there, they find this clockwork amulet and a pole of collapsing, which the king later identified what those were. Sepp suspects that the mimic had been hiding in the wine room that they had been in earlier, so they made their way back over there, and they started just going around and poking the different barrels, basically. And eventually, Xandro poked into a barrel, and that barrel started attacking them. So that was the mimic, and with great help from Quinn, actually, in his crab car, they were able to take down the mimic with no real trouble, because Quinn was able to use the crab car to grapple the mimic, and it ended up using a lot of its turn to just try to get unstuck, basically. So they pick around the basically this amorphous pile of putty to make sure it's like good and dead, and Sepp picks it up, and they return to the king, and the king's very reluctant to open the door, but eventually Sept is able to convince him that they're telling the truth. They really killed the mimic, so he lets them in. And when they enter into the king's chambers, they find his wife, Nerkly, and she is actually tied to the chair and glued down, which is very suspicious. And they learn that the king was so afraid of the shapeshifter that he didn't even believe that his own wife might not be the shapeshifter, so he restrained her to the chair to make sure that she couldn't eat him, basically. So when the king realized he was mistaken, he was very uneasy, and he was very reluctant to free his wife until he was like free and clear of the room. But Sept and Xandro weren't having that, and they kept him in the room. Anyway, for their trouble, the king gave them a hat of wizardry and a fully charged wand of pyrotechnics. And again, he identified all these items for you guys. Finally, so the king having nowhere to go, he takes a solvent out of his boot, he gives it to Sept, and Sept quickly just kind of pours it over the wife, and she's able to get up out of the chair. And as soon as Sept starts pouring the solvent on the chair, the king just bolts for the door, but again, Xandro stops him. And once Nerkly is released from the chair, she just immediately starts yelling at the king, "What are you doing? You crazy SOB." So the group smile and just kind of laugh as the king kind of gets what's coming to him. After that, everybody headed back into Phandalin, and they go see the town master and get their payment. And the town master ends up buying the hat of wizardry, gives him 50 gold for it, and offers him 3 new jobs. And that gets us all caught up to where we are now. And at the end of the last session, I'd asked the group to decide which quest they wanted to do next. And after reading over the 3 quests, they decided that they were going to be heading off to Butterskull Ranch. So, Xandro, if you wouldn't mind reading that quest card, just to remind everybody what that quest is.
Can do. So the Butterskull Ranch quest. Orcs Orcs have attacked Butterskull Ranch, 5 miles east of Coneyberry along the Tribal Trail. Travel there with haste, assess the damage, and help any way you can. Alfonsi Calazorn, the ranch owner, is a retired sheriff who can reward you for your efforts. If he's dead, return to the townmaster Harbin Wester with proof of Calazorn's demise to receive a reward of 100 gold pieces.
Okay, so that is the quest that you guys are going to be heading out to. And when we last left, everybody had gone to bed for the night, so we will be picking up on the next morning. And since we're introducing a new player character, we will be doing just a little bit of back and forth kind of thing. So let me go ahead and move everybody over to Stonehill Inn. So your screen should now be on Stonehill Inn. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so first of all, we'll spend a few minutes here with the regular parties, Andrew and Sept, and then we'll do a little bit of transitional back and forth to introduce the new player characters. So basically, is the next morning you guys are waking up after what was a peaceful night's sleep. No issues, no concerns. So everybody, who's waking up first?
I'm guessing Xandro, he doesn't sleep. He only meditates. So he'd be already up and at him. Probably already in the bar, waiting for everybody else.
All right. And when do you think your sidekick would be getting up?
A few hours later.
All right.
About the same time as everyone else, I'd say.
All right, so we'll say, yeah, you probably got up first, and when you go out to the bar, basically, you can see Toblin, who you recognize by now because you've been here for a few days, and you see him talking to this new person that you haven't seen before, and this new person you can't help but overhear some of their conversation because you have excellent hearing. So even if you were trying to ignore it, you probably couldn't. But you hear him talking about basically coming into Phandalin like he just arrived, and he is telling Toblin that there was this. You hear certain words like orcs, and you hear him mention Butterskull Ranch.
Okay, I'll just pump myself down next to him. But Butterskull Ranch?
Yeah, I'm. Who are you?
Local mercenary. I'm gonna go help out Butterskull Ranch a little bit later once my comrades wake up.
Yeah, when you mention that you're gonna go to Butterskull Ranch and help out, he kind of turns. He's like, I just came from that place. I wouldn't recommend going there. It's lots of blood, orcs, burned down the entire barn.
Nothing I haven't dealt with before. How many are there?
Kind of looks you up and down, and he's like, there's a lot more of them than there are of you.
I'll just shrug and say, it's more fun that way.
You don't understand. All my buddies, they're all dead. Every one of them, they're all dead. And I don't even, the ranch master, I don't know. He was in really rough shape when I left. I came down here and I barely made it out alive.
Well, I'm sorry to hear, but I got a job to do. I'm getting paid. Is there anything you can tell me to not have me and my mates end up maybe even worse?
Who are you going with?
Oh, we got some magic people. That's fun as we're all about. A cleric, 2 healers, and a little dude.
A little dude, I don't think he's gonna be very helpful. These orcs, these are big guys. These are brutes. They have no moral compass. They just kill and slaughter.
More chance for evasion if you're small.
I suppose so. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't advise going there, but if you're gonna head down there, I mean, I can at least point it out to you on a map. Would that help? Or do you already know where it's at?
Do we already know where it's at?
No.
Okay. I pull out a map and
Alright.
slap it on the bar. Say, all right then. That's a start.
Let me throw you guys over here for a second. So you pulled out this map, you put it down on the bar, and this is more or less what your view of the area looks like up to this point, other than, maybe a few more bits and bobs that haven't been revealed yet. Just to be clear, you guys are looking at the map, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what's revealed.
Okay. So he has, he looks at your map that you have, and he figures out, where you're at, which way is north and all that, and he says, so if this is Phandalin, and he kind of points to it, and he's like, yep, you go up this trail, and you go down the Tribor Trail, and as he's explaining this to you, I'll start revealing more. He's like, it's quite a long way down the trail. Took me over 3 days to get here, but I took my time. I wasn't in a rush. If you rush, you can probably get there 2.5 days, maybe a little faster if you're on horseback. But you just follow the Tribor Trail east, and eventually you're gonna run right into Butterskull Ranch. And he draws like a little box on the map and labels it. He says, so as you can see, you're looking at 60 plus miles. And then he just kind of leaves it there. I think so. You guys are waking up. So anyway, now it's marked on the map, and you guys basically know how to get there. Let me throw you back onto the other page.
All right.
Fantastic. I'm just gonna thank him. Order some food, I guess. Just whatever's on the breakfast menu, I'll have.
Food. So yeah,
I'll have some food.
He just kind of, doesn't say much. He just kind of goes back to his drink. Looks like he's trying to bury his sorrows. He's just seen all of his fellow ranch hands being obliterated by the by all these orcs and everything. So at this point, it looks like Sept and the others are starting to wake up. So I'll go ahead and bring their tokens out. You guys should be able to control those tokens. Let me just go ahead and bring out your sidekick tokens just to check.
Yeah, I can.
It's not about
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
And that should be permanent. I shouldn't have to change that from session to session. Okay. All right, so while you guys are in there having brekkie, let me go ahead and put a temporary pause on this focus of the adventure, and let's jump over to the Phandalin map for a second. Okay, Oz, you have arrived in Phandalin. You've been here, you basically just got here, and the only thing you really had time to do up to this point is, and this is kind of all going on simultaneously, like meanwhile back at the ranch. So while everybody's in the Stonehill Inn waking up, you're out here, and you've come to the town master's hall, and you've seen up on the board there's just a sign that just says, basically, see the town master for adventuring jobs. And that's really about the only thing that catches your eye. There's just other stuff posted up there, but just local, doesn't make any difference to you. So you are currently you're knocking on the town master's door, getting his attention basically. And after a little bit goes by, you hear some shuffling about inside, and the town master comes to the door and says to you, he says, who are you? What do you want?
Hello, I'm an adventurer looking for some work.
Another adventurer. Seem to be a lot of those lately. How do I know you're not a dragon?
A dragon? What makes you think I'm a dragon?
I don't know if you've heard, buddy, but there is a dragon flying around this area, and it's causing a lot of trouble. And how do I know you're not him or her?
Because I'm not.
That sounds like something a dragon would say. Shapeshifters and
I don't think a dragon is going to be bothered about lying. He just probably burn this door down and go in.
you seem to know a lot
check.
about dragons.
Well, I've read a bit about dragons, but that's about it, really.
Well, at any rate, I don't have any jobs right now. I've already given them all out. Come back later. Maybe I'll have something. If you're still alive, maybe I'll have something for you tomorrow. And at that, you just hear him walking away.
Darn. And I'll just walk off. Probably heading to the inn, as is the only place I can go now.
Okay. All right. So yeah, with your first encounter there with the Tau Master not going too successfully, you just walk past the sign again. You maybe, I don't know, maybe you look at it again, maybe not. And eventually, yeah, you come into the front door of the Stonehill Inn. So let me actually go ahead and drag your character token out onto the map. It should be normal.
Hey.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, does everybody see the green bar above it and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I see everybody's health.
Okay, cool. And so that should be persistent. It shouldn't be something that changes. I think this is the front door to the. It's either here or here. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, it must be this, because that must be the fire stove, I think.
One or the other, but yeah. So when you walk into the Stonehill Inn and you see a bit of activity, there's the bartender serving breakfast to some people that you don't know, and you see a couple of you see this short guy coming down the hall, and you see this girl. You kind of not recognize her, but gets your attention because she has this hat on, and it's got like a unicorn thing coming out of it, which is a bit odd. And you see these guys sitting up here at the bar. What do you guys want to do?
I'll just head straight. I'll say, if I'm walking past, I'll say good day to the two approaching, and then I'll go and sit at the bar, order myself a cup of tea.
Yeah. Seth is just gonna look at the bartender and in a completely straight, emotionless face, he's gonna say, I would like to have some eggs and 25 gold worth of your finest chicken bones.
He is a bit dumbfounded by that statement and says,
Do you have chicken bones?
I can get you the eggs, that's no problem. I don't know that I have that many chicken bones just lying about. If you don't mind my asking, why do you want rotted chicken flesh? Bones, rather.
Because my god demands it.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let me see what I can do. Let me get so you're getting eggs, right? Anything else?
Some of the what is it called around here? Coffee, I believe. Do you have any of that?
Yeah, I believe we can get you a morning drink. Basically, what you're asking for.
Yes, I'll very much appreciate that.
And when he sees you walk in, Oz, he kind of steps over and says, "Hey, hello there. How are you? What can I get for you?"
Hello there. I'll just have a cup of tea, if that's possible.
Sure thing, sure thing.
Oh, we got some fancy folk in today. Love it.
Hello there. And I'll just eye up everyone at the bar. Not in a negative way, just like seeing who's about.
Taking in your surroundings.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Seth is just like turns to look at the. How do you pronounce your character's name? Osmaria?
Osmaril, but you can call me Oz.
Oz, yeah. I look at the wonderful fighter of Oz and Set again, a completely emotionless face. Just reaches out his hand to shake yours. Hello, my name is Sept Eman.
Hello, my name is Osmeril. I take your hand and shake it.
It's
While you
good
guys are going
knowing
through
you.
this little thing, Toblin is kind of going back and forth. He brings out your eggs, and he drops off some drinks for those of you that have ordered drinks.
God, you've even got a fancy name. I love it.
Oz, you don't happen to have 25 gold worth of chicken bones on you, do you?
Unfortunately, I don't.
I'll have to check
Fine.
out the other places of business in this settlement.
Hey, I'm sure that ranch will.
Oh, that is a good point. Drow friend.
Yeah, Zandro, by the way. So I
Oh,
bow my head.
Sandro. That's a nice name.
See? Oh, I'm glad someone agrees.
With all this, I'm going to say by this point, Quinn and Donabella have had a chance to come out and sit up here near you guys, and Donabella's giving you, Sept giving you an inquisitive look, and just says, "Who's this guy?" Pointing at Oz.
This is. Oh, he just nods. This is your name was Oz again, correct?
Yeah, you can call me Oz. Oz for sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So you all know each other?
We've been traveling together for a few days now, I'll say.
Sorry, but I can't help noticing you a bunch of adventurers.
You could call us that.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, it's just me on my own. I don't have a group like yourselves.
Nah, that's no good. You never want to be on your own. It's boring.
It sure is. I'm looking for some work, but the darn town master thought I was a dragon.
You too.
Yes. What's
Yeah,
up?
Set says in Dracon. Yeah, I don't know what his point is.
I just stare at you blankly.
Ugh,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't understand that the language.
ugh, I swear, you people need to get better places of learning.
Well, I can speak Elvish, Common, and Infernal, if that's any good.
Infernal. He is a
I'm pretty
fancy
sure.
fucker.
Oh,
Damn, I speak Abyssal, not Infernal.
oh, that's good. You speak quite
Yeah,
a few.
I say in Elvish. This. Yes, I know quite a fair amount of languages.
And then I'll reply in Elvish. That's very handy.
Yes, I was a bit of a teacher back in my heydays.
Toblin steps up in front of you. Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt your conversation, but whenever you're ready, that'll be 6 copper for the eggs and the drink.
Oh. Do you have a change for a gold?
I do, yep.
Alright, excellent.
So are you handing him 1 gold piece?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to take that. He's going to fumble around for a little bit. He's going to give you back 9 silver. And he kind of just stops at that point and, like, slowly seeing if you're going to wave off the 3 copper kind of thing. You know how waiters and waitresses kind of do that, where they're like...
Set this, let him keep it.
So yeah, he sees that you're not going for the extra 3 coppers, so he just doesn't bother and then kind of walks off. And Says, so for your, you were having coffee, is that right, Sandro?
I was just
No, I
having
was.
ale.
Ale.
He was having a coffee.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah,
having coffee and eggs.
Osmos was having the tea.
the tea. So he looks at you, says that mug of ale, that's going to be 4 copper.
I flick him a silver.
Yeah, very nice. He walks over to Uaz and asks for 2 copper for the tea.
Oh, sorry, I only have a gold. I don't have any silver or copper on me at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, are you gonna? Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, I can make change for you.
That's sorry.
So I gave him 1 gold because I didn't have any silver or copper.
Oh, okay, I was going to pay for yours, but since you're so eager,
Don't worry about it.
So he gives you back 9 silver and he gives you back 8 copper. He doesn't really, because you're new, so he doesn't try to play games with you. And at this point, he's gone around and he's given Donabella. She didn't order much, just a drink, and then same with Quinn Hightopple. Actually, Quinn actually got breakfast, so he gave him the breakfast. All right, so you guys are all fed and drinked, and at this point, Quinn is just he's going to come around maybe to this part over here. He's going to ask you, Xandro. He's curious who this guy is. He's like kind of trying to get your attention. You know, you have to go way down to speak to this guy.
what's up, little dude? Sort of hop down.
Yeah, who's this guy?
Oh, him? Don't know his name, but he has experience over at the ranch we're going to today.
Oh, okay. Is he going to come with us? He's going to help us fight the
No.
orcs?
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah, well, okay. Does he at least know where the place is at?
Yep, he's told us already. I was gonna pass him the map.
Okay, so you pass Quinn the map, and he's just going to look
Yep.
at it, and he's probably going to come over here, sit down next to Donabella, and lay it out on the table so they can both see it. And yeah, they're just looking at the map to see what their travel is going to be like for the day.
Sorry for overhearing what's going on. I'm not trying to eavesdrop, but are you going to a ranch to fight orcs?
Yes, we are. You want in?
Oh, I definitely want in. Yes. It's been a while.
Fantastic.
Quite a while since I had any interactions with Orcish culture. Besides that, one unfortunate incident at the mine, I suppose. Or, excuse me, not the mine, the Dwarven ruins.
Wrong adventure.
Ah, yes. Yeah, guys.
All right, so how long are you guys going to stay around here before you head out?
I want to go as soon as possible. So if anyone else wants to do anything,
No, me too.
I think except before we actually leave for the place, he's gonna take a quick stop at the general goods store. Barfin's Provisions,
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
You mind if I
And-
join you?
Oh yes, I'm just looking for one thing.
cool. I'll wait outside.
Okay, so you guys, at least some of you are heading up to Barthen's Provisions, so I'll just go ahead and move you guys over to that part of the map and just assume that all of you or some of you are following Sept up there. Okay, so as a very non-DM thing, I'm going to pause for a second. What is the likelihood that Barthen would have 25 gold of chicken bones?
Well, it
I
doesn't.
mean, I know that's
doesn't
my
have to
call,
be-
but
it's like some sort of divination. So like using a divination ritual, basically. It just mentions it could be chicken bones, or it could be tarot cards, or special sticks.
because I mean, just in my mind, that this like farmer type, they would
Yeah,
probably just take and
I-
bury their stuff.
Yeah, I doubt he would have them, but I guess you could roll like maybe like a D100 to see if you like roll pretty high. You might just happen to have one in stock, luckily, if you really want to do that.
And you said it could be chicken bones or it could be what else?
It could be like pretty much any kind of like thing you can imagine could be used in like a divination ritual. Sort of think like how psych like crystal balls and they're like look like oh your great uncle says that you can find money under the mattress or something like that. You
Okay.
know
All right.
stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So sorry about that. Just like I said, sometimes I have to kind of break the fourth wall and step in, but
Yeah, I honestly completely forgot that Step got augury at third level.
all right. So I think I know how I'll do this. So yeah, you guys all go into Barthen's provisions, and Xandro and Oz are kind of waiting outside, and Elmar, Barthen sees you come in, sees you come up to the counter, Sept, and he's just like, hey, what can I do for you?
Oh yes, I would like to acquire either 25 gold worth of bones of any kind, tarot cards, marked specific, magically marked sticks. You don't happen to have any laying around, do you?
So at the mention of the 25 gold, he immediately sort of springs to life, and he's like, I don't keep bones lying around. I pretty much throw them out and let the animals have them as soon as they're around so they don't stink up the place. But yeah, I get shipments from Neverwinter every now and then, and we do get some odds and ends, kind of along the lines of what you're talking about. What's this for? It sounds like it's some kind of magical thing, or
Oh no, it's
you're not
just
into
a.
evil, are you? You're not into like evil beheading chickens, are you?
I mean, occasionally I will, but that's not for evil purposes.
Oh, I see. All right, I'll be right back. Let me run him back. I get some things in from Neverwinter every now and then. I don't always remember what they are because there isn't much demand for this kind of thing. But some people in town, they're into that, so I keep it. I have a few things here, and let me see what I've got. So he kind of steps
Yeah,
into the back, and go ahead.
I look back towards Oz. No, I'm not talking about. I'm
Oh.
not talking to Barfin. I'm talking to Oz. Yeah, I look back towards Oz and I say, perhaps I shouldn't mention the occasional disemboweling of bulls.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'll keep quiet about that.
Give me 1 second. Okay, so after you hear him shuffling around in the back, and a little bit of time goes by, and he finally comes back through the door, and he has this cloth bag. It's not in the greatest condition, so he's pretty careful with it. He sets it out on the bar and like on his little table there, and he has another cloth under it so that he doesn't damage this, and he opens this bag and carefully lays out these what you immediately recognize as crystals. And he says, would these by chance be of any use to you?
Yes. Let me just try them out. And Set is just gonna push the crystals towards him, arrange them in this kind of like non-sensible design, but and he takes 10 minutes to do that, aka I'm casting augury as a ritual. So yeah,
He kind of walks
does
away
it
and lets you
work?
do your thing, basically.
And for like the effect, I'm just saying, I'm basically gonna be asking the cosmos, I guess. Would attacking, or excuse me, approaching this ranch be a good idea? Or maybe not that. Like, Do we have a good chance of survival?
Okay, breaking the fourth wall here again. And what are you expecting to get? Yes or no, or
Basically,
because I don't know this
it
spell.
says here. Yeah, it says here in like augury, the GM choose. Basically, I ask it a question about action that I'm planning on taking the next 30 minutes, which I guess will technically be longer than 30 minutes. But
Oh, I see.
but
The
it
GM
basically,
chooses from the possible omens. Okay.
yeah, you basically tell me, okay, it's a good omen, a bad omen, so and so.
Okay. So so what I'll say is that these crystals, after you've done this ritual, I was thinking about rolling to see if this had an effect or not, but I'll just go with it. Basically, they kind of almost vibrate a little bit. Like you can see that they're actually moving a little bit, and there's maybe a bit of a glow emanating from these crystals. And you get a response that would indicate uncertainty, like could be good, could be bad. Is that valid?
Fascinating. All right, here you go, my good man. And I pocket the crystals and hand them 25 gold.
And he takes the gold, and he's very happy to have made this transaction. And he says, I don't have a lot of use for this kind of stuff. If you need something specific, let me know, and I'll put in an order with Neverwinter.
Yes, let me know if you get any adult bulls. And Seb walks away.
All right. So you guys gonna all head out now?
Yeah. As we're heading out, I'll say to Seth, that was quite fascinating what you did there.
All I had to do was peer into the cosmos, and ask a question of the powers above us of the certainty of a future action.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put you out onto the overworld map now, and I assume you're all leaving Phandalin at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you have marked on the map where Butterskull Ranch is at, so you know where you're going, and you know that it's going to take you. You're leaving early. You're leaving pretty early. You're leaving top of the morning, kind of thing. So it's a 60-mile track, and depending how fast you go or how much camping and stopping you do, will determine how long it'll take you to get there. But normally you can travel 24 miles in a day at a normal pace that keeps you aware of your surroundings. You can travel a little faster if you like, but then you lose awareness of your surroundings. So how do you guys want to travel?
It's up to you guys.
I prefer fast. But unless someone has a good reason not to go fast.
I know I'm going fast.
No, I don't mind.
Okay, so
Fair.
let's see here. Let me just double check. So if you're going to be moving a bit more quickly, then oh, good lord, they don't have it in here. Lol. And I don't remember the speed at which you travel at fast. I'm gonna have to look that up really quick, unless one of you happen to know off the top of your head. They have a section in this rule book for traveling, but it literally only mentions normal travel. So I will say 35 miles a day, which means that you can get there on the basically the eve, the latest part of the second day. So as you are traveling along during the day, you have no issue at all during the first day, and probably after getting on into, are you guys traveling well into the evening or stopping at sunset?
stop at, well, a little bit past sunset. No, we'll stop at sunset. Plenty of
Okay.
time to make up a camp and stuff.
Okay.
Sounds good with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as your sidekicks' personalities go, they pretty much, they're down with whatever the group's doing. So if you guys are, they just kind of go with what you guys are doing. So, all right,
We got a
so
couple of yes men up in here. I like it.
so you get about a little over halfway, and you set up camp for the night, and you're probably, off the Tribor Trail and into the woods somewhere. I'm guessing. So, about how far off the trail do you think you guys would go, or would you just stay on the trail?
It'll be a little off the trail, I think.
Yeah, I like to think that we can still see the trail. It's just like it's like the equivalent of parking into a campsite. It's like off a dirt road, like I imagine.
Yeah.
So basically, if there's any nefarious people about, bandits and whatnot, you just want to be out of their line of sight, kind of thing.
Yeah, and we can
Yeah,
keep
Stealth
an eye.
camp.
Yeah, we can keep an eye on the trail as well.
Okay, and who's gonna keep watch, like what order and all that?
I don't need much sleep either, so I meditate
will.
too.
I'll take first.
Cool. Okay, I'll take second then.
Okay, and you also only have to have like a couple hours
Yep.
meditation.
4 hours meditate.
4 hours, yeah.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you guys get through the night with no problem whatsoever. Not even a roll required.
Sweet.
Aces.
Wake up the next day, and birds are chirping, and sun is shining, and all these good things. And what are you going to do from there?
Osman's all ready to go. He's all geared up and ready. He's just looking around, taking in the surroundings.
Zep is gonna take a good 5 minutes to do his morning rituals.
I'm gonna have a quick bite of rations and then, yeah,
Yeah, those are
Get
the
ready to
that
leave as
need
soon as possible.
rations. Check off a day of rations since you don't have an inn to stop at and order food or anything.
Alright.
All right, so
oh shit, I'm super low actually.
Yeah.
What's-
How many rations should he be at? Haven't really been keeping.
I've been
counts.
keeping track of the days. This is so I'll just tell you quickly. You arrived in Phandalin on what I'm calling day 1. On the morning of day 2, you went to the Dwarven excavation. You stayed the temple. On the morning of day 3, you returned to Phandalin. On the morning of day 4, you went to Umbridge Hill, Nomengard, and returned to Phandalin. So this is the start of the 5th day, or technically, this is now the start of the 6th day. So let me actually make a quick note since we're talking about that.
So we should be at like 4 rations or 5.
Yeah, I've got down 4.
Yeah.
So,
I'll just do the same just to make it simpler for me as well.
so on the day, basically on the 5th day, where I'm gonna say you guys met Oz and you traveled to Butterskull, and then on day 6, camped, and then morning of day 6. Okay, so that's where we're at. All right, so you guys wake up. You had no problems last night. No bandits, no monsters, nothing like that coming and trying to make you its nighttime meal. And so you're just heading out at the same pace today.
Yep, super fast.
Okay, so yeah, you go through the day. It's not a super interesting bit of travel, and probably around dinner time, you encounter or you come across this field here. I'll move your tokens over to it, and you just like while going along the trail, you kind of see these horses just kind of grazing about.
So which direction are we coming from?
So you would be coming from this direction, you're heading basically towards the east. So you're heading this way.
Do these look like wild horses or like domesticated horses?
They do not appear wild. They look like, you know, well, roll me investigation.
All right.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah,
Or just-
everybody that's taking notice of these.
Oh, 6.
I want to have a look around for are they dead? Are they dead?
No, they're not dead. They're like grazing. They're not paying a heck
Okay,
of a lot of
I want to have a
attention to
look
you
around
guys.
for their owners then, whoever could be owning these domesticated horses.
I was checking to see how they were behaving, whether it was the erratic behavior or just roaming normally, naturally.
From the distance that you can see, they're calm. They're just chilling. Basically, they're eating grass and doing whatever
Sounds
horses do, kind of taking in the sun and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, Xandro, your Superman vision from all the way.
Somehow in the
Actually, I should have disadvantage on that.
Oh right.
still
But
at
It'll be 20. Still be 20.
Yeah.
so somehow between the shade, maybe a cloud passed by or something and protected your delicate drow eyesight from the piercing sun rays. You and one of the horses just happened to turn in such a way that you can see on its backside. You know how they do branding, where they take those hot things and they stab them into cows and stuff. On the back of its hind quarters, basically, you can see a mark. You can see 3 letters: B-A-K. B as in boy, A as in apple, K as in K.
E-A-K.
Well, that is the back of the horse. At least I know basic directions.
yes. Someone just marked the back. Maybe they marked the front too.
Shame,
Oh, good shout.
shame that these are not wild.
Reckon that's a symbol? Like a religious thing or anything? You know anything about it?
E-A-K. Would I recognize that from anywhere?
Roll.
History.
Actually, I'm checking. I'm gonna say no. You don't know, based on what I understand
Right.
here.
Fair enough.
How are you guys gonna deal with these horses? You gonna just leave them alone, or
Yeah.
Do you guys think that these horses are from the ranch? Since it's a ranch, might have horses, but this far out seems odd.
Yeah, it does. Well, if they belong to someone, they might be interested in getting them back.
Sorry, quick question. Are
Mhm.
They could
they?
pay us.
Yeah, are they saddled or is it just bareback?
they're saddled?
Hmm.
Yeah, they look, with the, common sense level of understanding the fact that Xandro's identified this branding and whatnot. You can kind of, get the impression that, these aren't just wild horses. They're
Yeah,
wild
Osmos-
horses wouldn't be branded. They wouldn't be brandishing.
Yeah, Osmo is gonna try and approach one of the horses if he can. See how it reacts to him
Okay.
slowly, if possible.
I'm gonna pull out a crossbow. But just stay back.
Okay.
Uh,
Oz, roll me an animal handling check.
Sep's
Okay.
gonna stay back a bit.
Oh darn, my animal handling.
All right. So as you let's which one are you approaching?
I was gonna approach this one, the nearest one.
All right. So when you get up nearby, you're freaking this thing out. It's kicking and bucking and starting to kind of head away.
Okay.
Well, someone has to chase that.
Wait a second. I might have something for this.
I don't think he likes me.
Can't see why.
So what are the rest of you going to be doing?
So I can't see any other sign of life. It's just the horses.
No. As you look around, I'll say with that investigation you did, you were able to surmise the situation quickly and accurately. And the only thing around other than these horses are critters on the ground, bugs, ants, other crittery type of things.
Yeah, I want to approach this horse,
Okay.
and as I approach it, I pull out my symbol of Thoth, and I will cast suggestion on the horse.
Okay.
Or actually, no, not suggestion. Command.
Okay, within 60 feet. Let me speak in one word. Okay, and I'm
Oh
guessing...
wait, never mind. It won't. I won't be able to use it. Never mind.
All right.
Um.
Any other tricks up your sleeve?
Well, I could use suggestion, but it's a second level spell slot. Not sure if I want to use that.
You can try just an
you know,
animal
fuck
handling
it.
check.
Yeah, I'll do animal handling, and that doesn't work. I'll just use suggestion.
All right. So yeah, roll animal handling. See what you have.
Oh,
Ah, boy.
6.
Yeah, it
That's
same
2 6s.
same reaction. It bucks and kicks, and you're freaking this thing out. It doesn't know you. Doesn't want to know you.
No. Horse. Wait. You're lucky you're owned by someone. Otherwise, they'll be taking you to the altar right now.
This horse over here too. It's seeing what's happening. It's not as bothered, but it's, you know how horses kind of move in herds. It's getting the idea that it might need to get away from you guys too.
Ooh, can I try an animal handling on this one?
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll say while Oz was going for that one and Sept was going for that one, you were kind of heading over this way.
Oh, lads.
All right, yeah. These horses
Hey!
have nothing to do with this group.
Animals
Right.
don't like us. Especially Sept.
I think we're gonna have to walk the rest of the way.
Stupid fucking horse.
Yeah. So after not much longer goes by, these horses they're gone. They're out of here. They're just all like rattled by this whole situation. They're breaking up, and I don't know if you ever tried to outrun a horse or not, but good luck.
Hang on, Sept. Do
Yeah.
you speak horse?
I mean, I could have used some of my magical essence for the day to command it to follow, to come closer, but I don't see the point of using it on a worthless animal.
Good point. It's a horse.
All right. So yeah, you guys saw these horses out on the trail. You saw those initials BAK kind of stamped into the back of them, but your attempts at settling the nerves and approaching them did not succeed. So what are you gonna do from here? Are you gonna head on to Butterskull or?
Yeah, head on to Butterskull, I think.
Okay. So a little bit more time passes. Said it was around dinner time, roughly, when you guys came across these horses. So maybe an hour later. It's not very long at all because you've been going at a pretty good clip. You come upon this large field
Oh, okay.
that's and you recognize this and for the amount of time that you've been traveling and the map that you were the location that you were given by the ranch hand back in Phandalin, you recognize that yeah, this is the place. This is Butterskull. I thought I had your tokens already placed out here, but I didn't. So if you guys want to drag your tokens and your sidekicks out.
Yeah, from the distance we see now, is there like any sign of destruction or activity?
So this map should be to scale. So if you try, wait, maybe that's, I think it's to scale. Okay, well, all right. It's to scale according to the map, to the scale that they put on the map, but I think the scale they put on the map is wrong.
1 square is 5 foot. Yeah.
I think I remember hearing somebody else talk about this, that since you're looking at like an overview map, this should be like 1 square is like 15 feet or something like that. But regardless, from this distance, you can't see destruction. You're still a bit far down the path, but you can see these fields, and you can see that the trail continues along the fence line. And yeah, I unless you have really, really good vision, I don't think you'd see much else.
Well, Sep's just gonna move forward.
Are these gaps between the gates?
Yeah, you can, from here you can definitely see that there are these gaps between the gates, and you can probably surmise that these are just entrance points and exits points that the farmers use to go in and out.
I'm gonna look through one of the gaps to see what I see. If I can see anything, any signs of orcs or survivors.
Sure. So when you maybe get up to this fence and you're looking in, and basically what you can see from where you're at is what you can see on the map. It's just a field. These fields here haven't been plowed. A bit further up, you can see like an orchard. Maybe they're apples or oranges. I don't quite know what these are, but that's about what you see.
Okay. It looks pretty empty there.
Maybe the orcs have gone home.
Well, we haven't seen the farm yet. I mean, the farmhouse.
Just gonna reveal a bit more as you guys are moving up the path. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a bunch of like micro revelations here. Eventually, you get to a point on the path where you can see, this whole area up here, and from you can pretty well determine that this is some sort of ranch house, and you can also tell down the path over on this direction that there's a pile of rubble, some sort of structure that's been just burned to the ground, and it's been burned to the ground so recently that you can still clearly see char. Even from back there, you can see char, and it's not smoldering anymore, but even the most basic intelligent person can tell that this thing's just been torched.
Huh. That guy went lying.
Well, shall we proceed to see if today's the day?
Oh, yes.
Let me do one more thing, because I always forget this. Let me just do left to right, so next time it'll be Sep. This time, Xandro, roll a d20. Just slash roll d20.
Okay. That's d10. d20, please. Oh, 1.
One. Okay, that does not affect you in the slightest. Okay. All right, so yeah, where are you guys heading?
Should we head to the rock house first?
Yeah.
The
I was gonna
farmhouse?
suggest that. Well, the house that is in ruins first.
Yeah.
Check for any survivors.
Yes.
Okay, it's later in the evening when you guys get here. How would you say you're approaching?
I'd be trying to approach quietly. I think we don't know if the orcs are residing in that building. Maybe that's why they haven't burnt it down.
Set will attempt to, but considering that I believe he has disadvantage on stealth checks because of his armor.
Okay, well, from back here, I wouldn't require a stealth check from all the way back here. I'm just seeing if you guys are, running in, waving swords, but I assume not. I mean, you are intelligent adventurers. I assume you're...
Yeah. Sep's gonna try to approach cautiously.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I've got a crossbow out, but,
Yeah, Sep has his
Osmer will have his longbow out.
So...
he has his hammer and oh, sorry. Yeah, Sep has his hammer and clutching his holy symbol on his chest.
All right, so you guys get up near that building, and this is going to be a little interesting to do. You, from the outside, if you kind of turn your attention towards the right portion of the map, I'll try to reveal what I think you would be seeing without completely like getting into a bunch of spoilers here. So you're approaching from that side. You'd probably see that part of the structure. Wait, actually, I know a trick. If I do, I think if I click your token, I think it's like Shift Z or Control Z. It's not that one.
Hey,
Oh, hey!
Hey.
It's Ariel. Hey.
Oh, that's a new.
There's a.
Well,
I
I
can't-
need to build that down.
6 weeks ago, I knew how to do this. I can't remember basically how to get your view of the map instantly without having to reconnect
Oh,
as player.
Control T, Control V.
Is it Control V?
Yeah, copy paste.
I can't seem to make it work. But I'll worry about it later. Anyway, so as you are approaching this house, basically you can see walls. You can see this little stairway going up to the to what you can assume is the front of the house. So, how would you like to approach?
Walking up.
Oh, okay. So that's like what this is like the actual house to scale, which is
Oh,
just
okay, yeah. Now I see.
it represented on the map, right?
Yeah. Sorry if that's not clear, but that
Okay.
this building here that I'm clicking and highlighting now is represented over here to
Okay.
and it's a little hard
Okay.
for me to show without revealing the whole thing,
Are
but
we,
but you should be able to
we're
see the
appro-
outer walls.
so we're approaching from this side.
Yeah, you would be
Or-
approaching, I would say, like probably coming in from down here.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just bring tokens over. And I think you can see these white things.
Yeah.
So those white things are windows, basically. It doesn't take much to understand that. And then obviously this is like a walkway going up into the house.
I'll take a peek in that one.
Yeah. I'll take a peek at this one.
All right. So let's go left or right. So let's see. Xandro, are you going into the... I can't tell if you're in front of a window or not.
No, I want to go up towards the door.
All right. So Sept, you said you were going to peek in a window. Roll... let's see, what would it be? Investigation, or would it be... what's the other one?
Perception?
Perception.
Perception.
I'm going to
If you
say
want to just use
investigation.
passive-
Or, well, yeah, what is your passive perception?
13.
Okay, that's definitely high enough to see through a window. All right.
Um,
So, Sept, basically, when you look in the window, you can see pretty well. It's, you know, it is nighttime, but, you know, I'm gonna say this is probably more or less what you can see, and then you can't really see much else beyond that. And
So this is just a empty room, basically.
yeah, some sort of foyer or something, you'd probably guess. Here, bring that
Yeah,
up now.
I just let the others know that there's not much in this room. Completely empty.
and what do I see?
Yeah, actually,
my passive is 13 as well.
13. Okay, yeah, you can also see through windows. Basically, you can tell that what you're looking at is a kitchen area. And there's not a whole lot in there that catches your attention. You do see this skull-shaped butter mold inside up on the counter, but aside from that, it's just an empty kitchen. And Oz, when you look through the window, you see something a little bit more interesting.
3 orcs.
And
Oh fuck.
these orcs are not up to much. They're just going about their destruction business. You guys can, pretty well guess that the quest that you were sent here to do, these are among, or are entirely what you were sent here to take care of.
I'll say very quietly to the other guys that 3 orcs.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
That's all I can see. I don't know if there's any more. Do we want to see if there's another way in? Maybe we can get a drop on them.
Well, I
Solid
look towards
plan.
Andrew. You're the sneaky type.
Maybe
Perhaps-
That'd be racist if it wasn't true.
if we could cause a distraction, possibly one area and charge to the other, or something like that.
Yes, unfortunately, stealth is not exactly my strong suit, but I can certainly cause some noise if needed.
Yeah, I think first we can see which, if there's another way in, cause the distraction on that side and go in this way, or the opposite.
And Oz, as you're kind of looking through that window, you notice one of the orcs leaves the room and goes into one of the other rooms.
Oh, one of the orcs has left that room. He's gone to.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly just look around this corner over here.
Okay.
Okay. While that's happening, I want to check if this door's locked. I don't want to open it, just check if it's locked.
Right. Yeah, let me... Is it locked? Let's find out. There's no mention of it being locked or unlocked, so I'm going to make a judgment call and say that it is not locked.
Okay.
Yeah, I would assume since there was like orcs that broke into there, it would have been unlocked.
Yeah.
You never know, there might be clever orcs.
There works.
Orcs are orcs. What a kidding.
Except as you peer around the corner, for the most part, I think I'm revealing what you can see. You can see the side of the house and more, grassy area.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to quietly sort of like peek through any windows I find on this side. Just to get as much of the house burnt into my noggin as possible.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check at this point.
Right, fair enough. This will be with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Okay, 7.
All right.
The same.
So yeah,
Well-
you're as you're trying to go around the side of the house, and you're as quietly as you can be, which is not very quietly. You're making a bit of noise, and a moment later, this orc comes around the corner and starts noticing you. Roll initiative.
Okay. I did a
No.
oopsie, guys.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, click your token. Roll initiative. My bad. I meant to say
All
that.
of us.
Yeah, you're all gonna be, you're all in the same vicinity.
You.
Why is initiative using intelligence? Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Xandro, that's a awesome initiative.
Fucking yeah, it is.
Damn. For a rogue as
God.
well.
Hang on
Me,
here.
me and Sept got the same.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
I'm just gonna assume that you're more dexterous than Seth, so you can go
Yeah.
first.
How in the world do you get decimal points for initiative?
Oh, you need to go into the cogwheel, then where it says attribute options. This is only in like the player sheets. I'm not sure about monsters, but should be something that says add dex tiebreaker.
Okay. And then roll for your sidekicks as well.
Oh yes. Completely forgot they were here.
Oh
Sorry,
yes,
Donabella.
there. There are people too. That's unfortunate.
Sorry, Quinn.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna, I'll fix that. Yeah, it should be a 1.
Just trying to see. I should be able to roll for initiative straight off this character sheet I made, because otherwise, what's the point? Let's see. Apparently, I can't. All right. I would have assumed I could, but I'll just roll it anyway. So for the orc that noticed you, oh wait, here it is. There is a button. Okay. All right. 17.12. Interesting. I'm not going to bother to change it. I'm just going to round 17. So he goes here. And everybody else looks like they're in the correct order. So you guys are where you are at the moment. And Xandro, you get to go first.
Okay, I'm gonna swing open the door.
Okay.
Aim my crossbow at Mr. Red. Surprise, motherfucker.
So that
Shoot him
means...
in the back of the head.
Alright, so that means this guy's not going to be part of the turn order. So let me throw him in there. Let's roll his initiative. It's very low,
Okay.
as it should be. That makes sense that his is low because he wasn't really expecting any of this anyway. All right, so you throw open the door, you come inside in surprise, and roll a hit. Oh wow, 23. That is
Awesome.
definitely a hit.
And is that a sneak attack?
You guys have to remind me on that one.
I think that would have been.
It would be, because
Yeah, because
he's caught unaware.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
But yeah, with rogues, if a ally is within 5 feet of the, or if you have advantage, or if the enemy was surprised, you'll get the sneak attack bonus.
He's fucking surprised.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so 11 piercing,
Made up 14 piercing.
14 piercing. So let's see here. Wow, that was a good hit. So luckily, I think I can do that right on the sheet. No, that's wrong. Nice. I can just keep track of hit points that way. Now, you guys can't see their hit points, right?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
perfect. So, so when you throw open the door and yell surprise and do your arrow, now these guys are aware of your presence as well. So I'm going to put them into the turn order also. So give me 1 second to do that. And we'll roll his initiative. So that's what now, since he's just now being added, would he stay at the bottom of the list? Is that how that works?
Well, if he's surprised, he doesn't get a turn this round. But then he could stay. He could then go above Donabella next round.
Okay. And then Quinn's gonna be down at the bottom, and all right. So hopefully I got that all sorted out. And actually, I think I am gonna have to keep track of hit points separately because it's not quite working on here as I thought it would. So red.
Oh yeah, if you have like the tokens set to represent the actual character, it will just like reduce all their hit points.
And that's exactly what it's doing. So. It's just,
Yeah, you're gonna have to just like make copies
Yep.
of like the token.
Okay, we're all squared away. I'm just gonna keep track of it here on a little notepad thing. Okay, so and is that your movement as well? Are you gonna move anywhere?
I then want to use my bonus action to come around the corner here and hide.
Okay. And
Stealth. Boom. Not great.
so just remind me when your turn comes around what it means for you to be hitting.
They just can't see me.
Okay. All right. So now I believe it's the orange. Yeah, it's the okay. Good. So at least it keeps track of this thing. So the orange, or rather this orc, except he sees that you're there, and he just immediately comes and just launches this javelin that he's holding. So, do you guys all see that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's a miss.
And that's fine with me. I want you guys to be able to see. All right, so yeah, he hears you coming, but when he comes around the corner, can't quite put two and two together fast enough, so he kind of throws his javelin blindly and misses. And actually, I used the wrong one, but that's okay. I was supposed to use the other one, but it doesn't make a difference. They're both +5. And that's and at that point, when he sees he's missed, he goes around the corner into the shadows. You can't really see him. Can you see him?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. So that's the orc's turn. Sept.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch this orc run away. Then I'm gonna take a quick 5 steps back, cast spiritual weapon in the form of this, I guess like a scimitar. Spawn it right here.
Where are you spawning it?
Right here,
Okay.
next to green.
All right, that box is going to be your spiritual weapon because I can't draw.
Yep, that'll be 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits. You're in your arm. You're aiming for green, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
9 force damage.
Okay, so yep, that hits, and yeah, tell us cinematically what all happened there.
Yeah, I just pull out my holy symbol, just like press it against the window, and you just see like this scimitar emerge out of like some sort of dimensional portal that just flies at the green orc and stabs him in the shin. And then immediately after that, I'm gonna also cast Sacred Flame on the same orc. So DC 13 Dexterity save.
All right.
Oh, this poor orc.
Let me see. So I have to roll a d20 plus my dex modifier, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
7, he fails.
So that's 6 more damage.
I think you have to roll a d8.
That's what I did.
Oh, it's already rolled. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
6 more radiant damage.
And as it oh, go ahead.
And then after I screwed this orc up pretty bad, I just casually walked towards the first one.
Yeah, so I imagine, your radiant flame just goes, like appears inside this house and just blasts this orc. And before this orc even knows what's happening, he's down. He's like, he just sees this magical stuff coming out of nowhere, can't even process it, and just like,
Today was your day, friend.
Let me see here. Where's the death thing at? Not there.
Yeah.
It's, I think it's off screen. I can't get to it, so I'm just gonna put the death thing on him. Okay, so yeah, you step back into that corner back there, and when you get back around that corner, you can see pretty well around the corner of the house. You can see there's this set of stairs going up. You can see this hole in the ground, which you can easily surmise as a well, and yeah, you can. I'd say that's about what you can see from where you're at.
All right.
All right.
I'll take another 5 feet forward, and that's it for me.
Oz.
Oz is gonna run up here. Assume the door's open.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to move like this diagonally and still be able to move? Because that's 3, and then if I do 1, 2, 3, would I be in his range?
Say that again.
See, because I was here. If I move along this way,
5, 10, 15. I would say to go through the door, you would have to go straight.
yeah. So I'm gone straight here, but then these two I've gone diagonally.
Oh, sure, that's fine.
Yeah. So is that okay to move that way?
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that.
And as soon as I get up to him, I'm gonna attack him with my scimitar, I think it is. Yeah. So I'll roll for the first attack. Whoa, that's a natural.
Oh, wow.
That's the first attack. So that's 9 damage.
Okay.
He's probably dead already.
Yeah, he's
isn't he?
obliterated.
I still got my second attack, but yeah, there's nobody around.
Yeah, so yeah, you've just completely obliterated this orc, and I'm very curious to hear how this happened.
I'll just swipe at his head, like if I was going to chop his head off, and be a little surprised that I actually did that. Like, oh, okay.
So
I was like,
you
who's
whip
next?
your scimitar around, and he just loses his head, falls right off his shoulders, and I imagine his body just does one of those things where his knees drop, and then his whole torso falls.
getting ready to do my second attack and realize I didn't even need to.
Nice, I like it.
And then I shout out, "Who's next?"
Okay, so yeah,
Easy.
and I think that's your movement as well. So one
Yeah.
second, I'm just gonna do something else here off screen. There we go. All right, so this orc is okay. Yeah, this orc's able to go. So this orc, hearing all the commotion, travels. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Comes over here through the door, standing on the other side of the door, and then as soon as he sees you, Oz, and sees his fallen orc friend, he's just like, roar, some orc nonsense. You don't speak orc, do you?
No.
Yeah, so he just utters out something that you can maybe guess as obscenities, and he just throws this javelin straight at you.
Please miss. Yeah, he missed.
Okay, so yeah, he comes to the door. He's... What's that?
Fucking it. You got a natural one. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
As he throws it, I do one of those, like the hand above your eyes, kind of like watching it go past.
Just like swat it. Oh no, like the Matrix thing.
When you're looking like, oh, there he goes, and then look back at him and smile.
Yeah, so he comes through the door. He sees this orc, and even though orcs aren't like emotional creatures, he's still, so shaken by what he's seen that when he throws this javelin at you, not only does he miss, but he impales the dead orc on the floor.
Oh dear.
And then Donabella, what is she gonna do?
I need to actually look something up because I forgot to get this.
Sure.
But it should be. Oh, okay. That's not useful then. In that case. Oh, fuck it. She's still going to do it. She is going to cast Bless on Osmaril, Sept, and Xandro.
Okay.
So
Within
basically,
range, is everybody within range that you're gonna do this
oh
one?
fuck, what's the range? 30 feet. Oh, okay. Sept might not be in range.
No, that's fine.
Okay, in that case, you'll use it on Quinn instead,
Okay, so Quinn,
Oh, yeah.
Xandro.
and Osmaril. Basically, you get a extra D4 on any attack rolls or saving throws.
All right.
Sweet.
So if you guys want to notate your tokens to help remind yourselves that you have that.
So that's for one turn, is it?
I think it's for 1 minute.
For 1 minute.
Oh, sweet.
So that's
Nice.
about 10 turns. So should be through the duration.
Yay.
Cool. Okay.
Put this heart icon. Let me see if I can find the heart icon for Quinn. And then Oz also has this. And she has it. Or did she?
No, it's only 3 people.
Okay. Gotcha.
So she's gonna move up a little bit, and that's her turn.
Okay, so Donabella does that, and now this dead orc is dead, so he doesn't get to go. And now this orc is also dead, so he doesn't get to go. Quinn.
How high up is the windows?
So these windows around the side of the house, they're slightly elevated because in order to get it to the first floor of the house, you actually have to step up about 3 feet. So,
All right.
but these are long windows.
Would it be possible for Clint to just like crash through the window, or is he like too short for that?
Because he's Quinn, I'm gonna say he's too short. These are pretty long windows, but he would probably headbutt the wall. I mean, let me think of a challenge rating here, or rather a difficulty challenge to do such a thing. He is a halfling, so he's probably got pretty good bounce in his step. I'm gonna say to do that would maybe be a difficulty challenge of, let's say, 12. So if you want to
Alright,
give it a
I'm just
shot,
gonna say Clinton's gonna like go back and just like run towards the window.
okay.
Will that be athletics?
Yeah, let's say athletics difficulty challenge of 12. If he misses, he may take bludgeoning damage.
7.
7.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
So unfortunately, yeah, the little guy, can't quite muster up enough spring in his step, and he just headbutts the side of the wall. And I'm gonna say he takes 1d4 damage, bludgeoning.
Alright.
Lucky.
He shakes it off, but and I assume you should be able to keep track of that on your sheet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, if you click your tokens now, you should be able to update hit points right on the token, and it should just transfer the sheet and everything. So hopefully that's more convenient.
And I believe all he can really do is just move another 5 feet, and that's it.
All right.
Or would you consider that be his action this turn?
I would say that's his movement.
All right, then he'll just dash. Can he like get up? Can he get up from here?
Can he climb up there?
Yeah.
Nope.
What happened?
Yeah, everyone besides me.
Yeah, I got that as well.
I got that. Everyone but me.
Got what?
Token. I moved across and it's still showing just me on Roll20 logged in.
You guys see what I sent in the chat?
Oh yeah, I see. I'm the only one on my.
No, I can't see what you wrote.
Damn.
Hang on. Let me go to the gear icon and hit reconnect.
Yeah, I'll refresh.
Let me head back in.
I can't touch my token. Wait.
Don't say roll 20 down. Fuck's sake.
Okay, I see Sept, I see Oz, and myself. Do you guys see me? And now I see Xandro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got everyone here
I
now.
can see everyone.
Okay. Can you still see me on the camera? Is that all off?
No, it's just a black box.
Let me just, not that it's terribly important, but just hit that reconnect one more time. What if I ping the map? Can you see the blue circle?
Yeah, I can see the blue circle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right, I think we're all sorted. Let me just, I'll type hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see your high.
Like I asked, will it be possible for Clint to like climb up here at least?
Yeah, I think he would have no problem climbing that. It's not, it's there's railing, there's ledges. It's quite simple.
Yeah, he's just gonna dash to the blue orc, and that's it.
Okay. Okay, Xandro.
Okay, I'm gonna peer through the door again. And yeah, another crossbow bolt. Straight to Mr. Man.
16's a hit.
Nice. Boom.
So that's
And that's also
Sneak
sneak
attack?
attack. Yep.
Yeah.
9 damage.
9 damage.
Oh yeah.
I was a little worried this would be a hard encounter because of the number, but looks like maybe not. All right.
Yeah, just next time throw in a couple orc shamans, it will be good.
Oh no.
I'll just use the rest to just walk in.
So so you just kind of step through the door there, you do that bolt shot. What's that look like when you do that?
Well, you know in the action movies where they come out of cover, quickly fire their pistol or whatever the fuck they have, and go back into cover, that sort of thing. Arm extended, things like that. But instead of going back into cover, I'm just strolling on in, all confident like.
You're not taking a dive while you shoot your crossbow.
Oh, you know what? That'd be great. But
You roll and then land on your feet.
oh yeah, fuck it. You know what? I'm just gonna dive through the door, Matrix style, crossbow bolt, midair, Max Payne style.
And then land on your feet.
Boom.
I like it.
Sweet.
All right,
I need to cross
so
off.
now this orc over here that you've been keeping an eye on, except he's gonna step around the well, come up here next to you, and take a stab at you.
Alrighty.
9, I assume this is.
Yeah, that'll be a miss.
Yeah, so he comes around the well and loses his footing a little bit or something and just kind of stabs forward and just can't quite connect. And that's his turn. Sept.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at his orc and take a swing with inflict wounds. Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Okay.
Um, hmm.
Was that
That
a
would've been
magic
awesome,
thing out of your
but-
fingertips or something?
You're supposed to like use your like channel your deity for your weapon to like smack the orc, but it's a miss anyways. So I can't be that fancy with it. Fuck. Yeah, I really can't do anything else. Well,
No.
I guess I'll just have my weapon, my spiritual weapon, move 20 feet, like right here.
I can probably X that guy out properly now. Yeah, I can. Okay. Okay, so where did it move?
Right here.
All right, let me see.
It
If,
only has a movement of 20 feet, unfortunately.
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how, if I draw an object on the screen, how do I move it? Because I can't
You
select
should be able
it.
to select move it.
Oh, okay, yeah, it does. Okay, so it's here now, or was it one more over?
It was like right here. You also could have just like clickily search up the word scimitar or whatever in the the search box.
All right.
Or-
Let me actually try that really quick, just so I can learn something new here. That looks like a Star Wars thing there. Let's try this thing. Ah, much better. Okay, so let me just get rid of this.
Oh, cool.
Let me get rid of that little dot that I didn't mean to draw. Let me put that over. And let me actually just try to give you control of this thing. Control to Sept.
Yeah,
save.
you can. If you right click it in the search, you can just copy it to the library for later use.
Okay.
Wow, that's cool.
See if you can move it really quick, just one square over, one square back. All right, perfect. Okay, so yeah, you do that stuff, and Oz, right about the time that it comes around to your turn, you hear this crashing through this door. Another orc steps in, and let me add him to the turn because he sees what's going on.
The fuck?
And we'll see, he's got an 18. And I'm just going to put him properly in the turn order. So here. Okay. So yeah, you as you are kind of gathering your senses of what's been happening up to this point. A moment later, yeah, you just hear crashing through that door. An orc comes into the room. And it's your go.
I'll just charge at him, go straight up to him, and then I'll attack him with my attack, my scimitar.
Okay. That's a hit, and then some.
And that's 8 damage, and then I'll use my second attack. And that's a 13. Does that hit?
Oh, is that to hit? Okay. I thought that was more damage. A 13 just hits.
Wow, I was gonna use my D4, so I won't need to. So damage, 5 damage, so total of 13 damage.
Okay, yeah, you have done serious damage to this thing as it comes charging through the door. It's not completely clear of its surrounding and stuff. And yeah, what does it look like as you attack this thing?
I just slash at him, his chest and his abdomen with my second attack across his abdomen.
So he comes in, he's just so battle rage, full of charge, and he's just completely exposed. His midsection is just completely exposed. And you just practically cut him down before he even has a chance to walk into the room.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
That's it, I think. That's all my movement and my action.
Okay. Now it is the blue orc, the blue dotted orc. So it's going to, seeing this little puny thing in front of it, it's going to take a swing at it with its javelin. It's make sure it can do that. Yeah, it can. So it's just going to. What's that?
Sorry for interrupting, but shouldn't orcs have great axes with them as well?
Well, okay, so I'm actually just going straight out of the book here, and the only thing that I see that it has, according to this book, is javelin.
Okay.
And I was just making sure that it could attack, because some weapons you have to be far enough back that you can do reach, but this one specifies you can. So it's just gonna basically this orc's gonna I imagine, because he's so much taller, he's just gonna stab down onto Quinn. 17.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Oof.
So yeah, the orc, seeing this little pesky halfling down, he stabs straight down. I imagine it kind of makes pretty good contact with the shoulder, maybe cuts the side of his head as well, and kind of oversteps him a little bit, and the javelin kind of cuts down his back as it goes down. And he just kind of stays put there and just yells and screams, sort of, orc profanity. And Donabella.
Okay, Donabella. Oopsie. So she has to go around and then back up. Stand at the door. She's gonna cast Sacred Flame on the blue orc. So
Okay.
that is a dex save of 12.
Alright, so we're going to do d20 plus 1. 16 saves.
Yep. So that's no damage.
So she just kind of, her spell fizzles out into the air.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's still stumbling as she's trying to race up the stairs.
Unicorn got in the way.
That damn unicorn! I told her to take it off.
Alright. Quinn.
Let's see. Quinn's gonna take a swing with his longsword. So 12 hits.
12 misses.
Alright.
Alright. I'm assuming he's going to stay put. Xandro.
Okay, Xandro, pulling out his rapier. I think he's going to give Quinn a little bit of assistance here, as he's just going to take a swing as he passes. Oh, well, never mind.
Even with advantage, that's going to miss.
And so I'm going to take a disengage action and leave. Sorry, Quinn.
Tried to help you there, bro. All right.
You're on your own.
All right, so this purple orc who just came through the door and just got, to use Tyrodoth's word, fisted, takes a look at this golden goddess, beautiful blonde. He's like, I'm going to make short work of that.
Hopefully he's distracted.
Oh, ignore that.
20.
Damn, that hits.
That is... I think that... No, that's not a natural 20. Because he got a 20... He got 15 plus 5, so that's how he got his 20.
Oh, sweet.
So, and yeah, so basically, getting some semblance of revenge and respect back for himself, he lunges forward with his with his javelin, and it makes contact. Again, kind of probably like I'm gonna guess like along your neck. Doesn't cut your jugular or anything like that, but goes along the neck and does 4 piercing.
Okay, as he does that, I'm just gonna shake my head. Like when fighters or boxers get hit and they shake their head like, "Oh, that didn't hurt me,"
Oh, okay, yeah.
even though it might have hurt them. I'm just gonna be like,
So you got this like Fabio golden hair that's just like swaying in the wind. And it's like, whatever, bro. All right, so that's that one. Now, okay, the orc that's next to you, Sept, he's still standing strong and laughing at your feeble attempt to do whatever it was that you're doing, and he even kind of mutters something that you're able to understand, and what was that kind of thing, but the orcish version of that. And yeah, he just immediately goes for that javelin and stabs into you. 13.
That's a mess.
Yeah. And he kind of so overconfident that he swings wide and just misses you by like 3 or 4 inches. And otherwise, he stays put. Sept.
Yeah, I just look at his orc and I just tell him, this can either go click in painless or click in painful. Your choice. As I try to inflict wounds him again.
And you successfully hit him.
And should I do a second level? Nah, I'll just do first level. 28!
"Wow,
That's
Fucking
near
hell.
max!
Okay, so I will let you describe how this orc just evaporates in front of you.
Yeah, I just grab the spear as he tries to stab me, just throw it to the side, step forward, just grab him by the face. You just see like this necrotic energy just pulses from my hand, and he just gets like, he just like dies a painful death as he turns into a skeleton, basically.
All right, so yeah, you hear just this earth-shattering scream of sorts as it's just like, and his body
and-
just incinerates.
And as he like moves on, I just say, "All right, go with Grumsh," and Septus casually walks into the house. Oh, and my spiritual weapon is gonna attack blue. So I'll make it a double here. Let's see. That doesn't hit. Right? Actually, no.
No, 12
I
misses.
don't think spiritual weapons benefit flanking.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
I don't think so.
All right, so are you? Oh, and you did move. Okay, so
Yeah, I am
when you
just
get,
trying to get into
yeah, I'm gonna say when you get to that part, you can see about that much more than you could before, and you can tell from having already seen through the windows, you can tell that this wall it connects to the other side. So I'm not gonna put like a barrier there or anything, and you can probably see like there.
All right, and this is a window right. This is a door right here.
Yeah, right in front of you is a door, and these are
Oh.
windows.
Oh yeah, I'll just use the door and we'll put.
Say what? It cut out there at the end.
I'll just open the door.
Okay. All right. Do you have movement left? I don't know.
I have. Let's see. I have like 10 feet of movement left.
All right. So you're gonna open the door and step inside, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say when you open the door and step inside, you reveal that, and you can see that there's a door on the far side.
Okay. That's it.
And
for
then
me.
let me get rid of that too, because you're gonna know that that's that. Okay. So let's Oz.
I'm gonna attack Mr. Purple with my scimitar.
That's a hit.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna stab him straight in his guts.
He did.
And as he falls,
You're gonna say shh.
Yeah. And I still got movement, haven't I? So I got
Mhm.
so I can move up to this guy and attack my second attack.
Okay. That is
Whoa.
a critical hit.
Damn.
Fucking amazing.
Not that great, but yeah.
And is that doubled already, or?
That's
Yeah.
yeah, it just doubled it.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 and 1.
So yeah, you take this one down as well. And what does it look like when you do that?
I just stab him in the guts as well because he worked the second time. I mean, first time with the other one.
Yeah, Quinn just looks at all this going on and says, "Boy, am I glad you joined."
And I give him a wink.
All right. So that takes us out of initiative. And what do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Quill is not Quill.
Wrong game.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Alcoholic Dragonborn.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Sept is just gonna casually walk in here, sees the guys, brushes past his spiritual weapon, and he's like holding like the skull the orc he evaporated. And he's like, "So, you guys had fun?"
We sure did.
Yes.
Yeah.
A
So
lot of good orc killing in the morning. Well,
Yeah.
evening.
Sept is like throws a skull behind him. Anyways, did you check the rest of the house?
No, I think we need to see if there's any survivors or whatnot.
Yeah.
Any more orcs hiding?
Yeah, except as you go through that room, you can tell that that's clearly some kind of dining room, or was before the orcs got there and kind of messed up the place. But you can tell, from the way that the room is set up, and there are a couple of like cattle skulls stuck up on the wall, like some kind of decoration type of thing. Oh yeah, me.
It's not here how you properly do sacrifice. These orcs really are barbaric.
Just try to reveal some more stuff that you'd probably be able to see.
Yeah, I want to head into this door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swing it open.
Yeah, so that's a closet, and when you open it up, you can see kitchen stuff in there. Nothing of value. It's just dinnerware, plates. Yeah, this guy's a ranch hand. He's not into collecting fine china and silverware, that kind of thing. He's just, the basic necessities to feed the ranch hands and just dinnerware.
Oh, even a ranch owner was barbaric.
Yeah.
Except as you step up there, you can see that there's a flight of stairs heading up to presumably another floor of the house. Let me just open up all that.
Yeah. Making the logical conclusion that if there's more orcs upstairs, they probably have put down by now. I just, yell out, "Guys, found another staircase."
Exciting.
And one
Seems
more
to be another
thing,
layer to this.
Xandro, you would also see this.
Is that stairs going up?
That is... Yes, stairs going up.
Ah, same here.
Well, I might as well join you
Definitely.
going up.
Okay.
Donbella? Donbella's going to join me.
Alright. So,
Actually, she is going to cast Cure Wounds first, which apparently she doesn't have anymore.
you
So-
guys have had long rests. She should have.
It's just not on a character sheet. Hold up, let me just add it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't properly go through and do absolutely everything on those sheets. So,
So I'll add it now.